Hi Virgo, thank you for joining me and welcome to my channel. This is your reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the full moon. I keep on wanting to say the eclipse. I bet I said it a bunch of times. Welcome you guys. I'm really glad that you could be here with me today. I already did an all sign reading. It's 12 minutes long for the astrology overview, so go check that out in the playlist Capricorn Full Moon 2021. It's down in the description. You want to watch this for your sun, moon, and rising. I also did a meditation for the summer solstice, the full moon, and it's a sunrise meditation. I filmed the sunrise, but unfortunately, it turned a little blurry. But the meditation itself is really beautiful, and you're supposed to close your eyes when meditating anyway, so I wanted to show you the energy of the solstice sunrise, which is kind of my little, my little ritual, or more of like my spiritual practice that I go see them. Maybe not every year, but I try to get out there to watch the sunrise at 5 in the morning. Anyway, so it's in the description down below. It's a really beautiful meditation, and I think it's really powerful. So go check that out. Members, there's also content coming for you guys with the Lenormand. I'm doing I think I did 3 so far, but because this is more urgent, I'm going to do these first for everybody, and then I'll start putting out yours. I think Aries, Sag is done, and Libra, and then everybody else is waiting. Okay, so let's begin. Today we're taking a look at your astrology specifically. It's a shorter part. We'll talk about that in a minute. Oracles and tarot, so it's kind of a lot. Okay, so first, Virgo, freedom. The world is here. And then let's see. You have 96 communication. That's nice for Mercury going direct on the 22nd. Are you guys feeling better now and far away? Somebody has finally rid themselves of obligations and they're going to contact you. So it feels as though there's been separation with someone and they're far away physically. Or maybe not, but it seems as though they're far away physically, and you are about to receive communication from them, or there's going to be like a reconnection, a re-spark. I think that I'm really picking up on the fact that this person's very eager to speak with you. It's not through their own choice that there wasn't a connection or there was a separation, and so they're very eager to reach out to you, to make the connection, to see how you are, and to reestablish the bond. Now, I'm not promising romance for everybody, although Jupiter is in your 7th house. We'll talk about that next. But still, when I say relationships, I mean all kinds of relationships, so you fit that to your situation. Okay, so let's take a look at the astrology now. As I mentioned, Jupiter is in your 7th house of partnership. It's going retrograde. It's already gone retrograde on the 20th. And so it'll go back into Aquarius, but for the next year, half a year. Once it re-enters into Pisces in December, it will be there until May. So it will be a very good transit for love for you. So look out for that. That's really good, not only for romance, but it's actually really good for love, for partnership, very serious stuff. This does not feel light at all. It feels very much, full of love or sincere feelings. Now, if it's not romantic, it's a very close friend. It's somebody who's been taken out of your life because of their circumstances, and now they're coming back in. Okay, but let's talk about this full moon. It's at 3 degrees of Capricorn, which is your 5th house. That's romance. And the sun is in your 11th house of friendship, in Cancer. And so this full moon, I feel as though you're really turning your back on other people to do what you want, which means I could see Virgos going off and doing their own thing, feeling like it's easier to say no. I want to be by myself. To add to that, Venus and Mars are moving well, Mars is in Leo. Venus is about to move into Leo, which will really encourage you to feel more self-sufficient, more eager to be by yourself, to kind of ruminate, to think about things, and to consider how things are going. And the other transits that are very important at this time are the Saturn and Mars opposition, which is forming. It'll be exact on June 30th through July 1st. This is in your 6th house and your 12th house again. So what it feels like to me is that there's something going on. There's something to do with pace in your life, work pace. You have a lot of things to do. There's a lot of things in the air. That sounds like Virgo. But I feel as though this is coming into conflict with things that you feel instinctual about. You may want to go against your go with your intuition with regard to what you need to do first. Let me explain. So basically, you may have like a list of 10 things to do, which you rationally understand you need to do this and then you need to do that, but you will have instinct that you have to do this first, which is not logically what you think you should do. And I think what the outcome is going to be is that you're going to be proven right. I feel so strong about this for you, Virgo, so please trust your intuition, even if it doesn't make a lot of sense. Soon it will. And watch my full astrology overview for more information on that, on how the full moon as it transits to Jupiter will have a consequence for the following week after the 24th. So this time period, sometimes astrology, not always, is like in little pods of energy. And so there's definitely a little pod. It's not formal astrology. It's just kind of a serendipity of a sequence of transits that are really harmonious together. And this moon transit to Jupiter, it's really one package deal. Saturn opposing Mars, Venus opposing Pluto. They're all sort of at interplay, and they're all significant at this time. So that's actually really good. And then, right, and the other one I keep on forgetting to mention to you guys that's actually really quite significant is Saturn with the South Node. There's, again, this theme of really feeling in your instincts about what you need to do at this time, and you should really follow through with it. In terms of romance, this is Neptune. Sorry, my little thing is like a little bit here. There you go. You can see it. Neptune is here, also going retrograde the day after the full moon on the 25th. This to me really feels as though if there's a romantic partnership issue, you and someone else, it doesn't have to be romantic, but you and someone else where there's partnership dynamics, relationship stuff, you may want to really trust your emotions on things, as Neptune and Jupiter are in the water sign. And especially with the retrograde period, you will feel things and feel instinctual towards a person, towards a situation. And it might take time for you to realize what those instincts are telling you or where they're coming from. So it's not necessarily just premonition or intuition. It could slightly be just your instincts or subconscious memories that you've forgotten. You know, there's something, you understand things on a deeper level than just your clear thoughts, you know, at the front of the mind. So your mind, your emotions will be telling you to open yourself up to certain people. And so this might be a good opportunity to do so at this time. If you feel inclined, you might be pulled towards someone. And yeah, while you're very busy with work, and also, as I said, very determined to go in your own direction. I can see you literally turning your back on invitations or people asking to spend time with you because you feel so driven to go in your own direction. Something about how you're feeling right now that feels like you really need to do that. Okay, so this is my spread. I've been doing it a little bit. Nobody's really complaining about it too much, which is great. But looking for the card can take a minute. Fortunately, you guys are right here. So let me tell you your spread. So we have loyalty, the 10 of Pentacles, Empress, and the 4 of Angels. Well, there's definitely peace achieved between you and someone else, and reunions. It's screaming reunion time. It's screaming people reaching out to you to reconnect. It's really showing that there's a lot of like irrational, positively irrational things going on where you are really drawn towards someone. You feel the need to be with someone. It's just a very good energy. Look, we have the universe here. That's the same card as this one right here. This is not a tarot deck, these yellow cards, but it is the first 21 cards are the higher arcana. So I guess it is partly a tarot deck, but the rest of the cards are not. So we have the universe, expansion, and then we have 2 of hearts. Look at this, Virgo. I'm not surprised to see this with Jupiter in your 7th house. And then King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. That could be very much you in alignment, because I do feel as though there's a great alignment around you, and we have the shadow on the bottom. That is Capricorn or Mr. Devil. Which one? Biesy, that's what I want to call them. If you speak Polish, then you know what I'm talking about. Biesy is a demon in Polish. Okay, so let me break these cards down for you, and I love the word biesy. It sounds so beautiful. Okay, so let's take a look at this. And no, I don't like demons. I just like the phonetic sounding of the word. Okay, so this is the past. If you haven't seen this spread already, up here is the outward manifestation of your energy, and down here is what's happening underneath. Okay, so there's definitely drives beneath you. This is interesting with Mr. Biesy over here. Let me show you something. Lilith, our least favorite, our least favorite, the one we like to gossip about, she's at the top of your chart at the MC for the next while until she transits into Gemini. And so, you know, we don't use really asteroids at the MC or minor planets, but in this case it's just a coincidence. And so there could be some temptation around that you need to kind of be mindful of, but it's not necessarily bad. It's just, it could be there. Okay, it could actually be a desire to be intimate with someone in a situation that's not a relationship. So you might be more prone to like want to have a romantic fling. The full moon is in the 5th house of romance, so you may want to be, you may feel like you really want to be intimate with someone and just feel the pull towards closeness of that type with outside of a relationship especially. So that might be a circumstance for you. Then we have the 4 of Angels here in the past. Let's see. So there's definitely a calm and a peace between you and a female figure around you. It could be an aspect of yourself. If you've been struggling with being a mother or motherhood, this might be a time in which things really calm down for you. So if your kids are driving you crazy, you might feel better. But there's also a calmness between you and someone else. Also, in a relationship, things could calm down with this energy. So where there was, you know, disequilibrium, lack of balance between yourself and someone else, this is maybe things have calmed down a lot. And so now you're feeling the contentment of this energy, and you feel that loyalty and trust and family energy around you. I just really want to stress that this part of the spread isn't the past in the past. This is how the past is affecting the present. So it looks as though overcoming conflict is a big theme, and rejoining with family is a big theme, a reconnection with others, community, and feeling like a real solid unit. And that's confirmed here by the 3 of Cups, 3 of Hearts, which represents reunions especially. And then if it's not a physical reunion, it's an emotional reconnection that's happening. Below the surface, this is the most interesting card in this spread. Mr. Biesy himself, the shadow. Now, if you're dealing with a Capricorn, then that's, you know, that's your guy or girl. But there could be people around you that have a very persistent approach towards you at this time. They have a desire towards you. This could be Lilith at the top of the chart. Now, I don't read Lilith as a positive transit, but there's aspects of her. I don't talk about it because I don't want to encourage the hysteria that's like the Lilith cult. But sometimes Lilith in certain placements, it's not necessarily positive, but it's not necessarily negative. Like, she is extremely, as a figure, alluring. She's been painted many times as a very beautiful woman, and there's a lot of like seductress sort of energy around her. So there could be a lot of people or one person who's just feeling your energy at this time. They feel that connection, or they like that connection. And so it might be a Capricorn, or it may be any other sign. But yeah, Lilith at the top of your chart may make you very alluring at this time, Virgo. So if you are looking for intimacy, I don't think you'll have a hard time finding it. Okay, so moving forward, this is the energy moving forward. Now, this is not intimacy at all. This is pure Jupiter in Pisces, 7th house, relationships. One of the things I felt here, and this is confirmed by the universe here, is that there's someone who's very far away from you. Now, this could be romantic or not, but it feels like there's distance and a very established relationship between you and someone else. There's either you both feel towards each other a very similar way, and there's like a real harmony of feelings, mutual feelings, love and affection. Or it's just like an old friendship, someone who is very close to you and someone who you've known way more than other people in your life. So this person, in your readings over the years, this person has come up. So there are some Virgos out there who have a person somewhere, and you may not even think about this person. This might be a friend from college. This might be, a friend from high school. This might be someone you met many years ago, or this might be someone from a previous job. So there's this energy here, and this person's coming through. Now, I do feel like that is a Virgo related narrative. There's like a story associated with this frequency. These are general readings, so take what resonates and let go of what doesn't. But I feel as though that narrative is now becoming more real. We have the world. I just feel like maybe this person has either come into their feelings a little bit more, realized their feelings, grown into them, especially like maybe in high school they were not mature enough to recognize how they felt, or maybe they finally attained a level of maturity and self-understanding to recognize what's important to them. But I really feel like somebody's coming back through, at least on an emotional level. Usually when they show up this way, the person's not far behind. If this is already within your relationship, it really feels as though it's very likely that your partner is coming back into your life. So if you have had a strained relationship with your spouse, and this is common in many relationships, or a distance has grown, this is you reconnecting. The other part, remember at the beginning I said right away that there's a situation in which someone was held back by being there with you by outside forces. So this could be somebody in the military, maybe they have been far away and now they're coming right back. They may be an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, or they may be, any sign, but the quality is of the Earth King, who is, materially strong, loyal, consistent, sometimes a bit boring, so not necessarily the flashiest person in the world. But yeah, somebody has when this card shows up, it really tells me that somebody has very consistent feelings that are unwavering. Now, if we're talking about you, Virgo, I also feel as though this could be you in this process of really wanting to travel, really wanting to go far. Now, over the last while, I have to hurry up because this is getting long and everybody's going to get jealous, but anyway, you've had in Taurus, there have been like consistent complications with regard to really enjoying this transit. I talked about this in your last video. I think it was the full moon one for May. So you can go back to that in your playlist and check it out. But essentially, there's been stuff there to bog down Virgo's 9th house. But essentially, Uranus in the 9th house will make many of you really, really want to travel, go far somewhere. And so maybe that spark is kind of lit up in your heart. So maybe you're feeling pressed to travel and go places. Okay, so let's see your dice. These are just little messages of frequency. Okay, so here we go. So we have a couple really compatible signs for Virgo: Cancer, which is a water sign, and Taurus, which is another earth sign. So this King of Pentacles might be a Taurus or might be a Cancer, but both this energy is very similar to both Taurus and Cancer. So I feel like that we're right on the right path with this one. We also have the 9th house Venus. So again, what we were talking about, travel, which is the 9th house, and that's where the heart is. So something's far away. If you're not into a relationship at this time, this could very much be your heart wanting to go, somewhere. It's time to go. You've been here too long. It's time for you to expand your horizons. And so it's very likely that there's a place you love far away from where you are that's been on your mind to go see or spend some time in, or actually move there. So good luck. Okay, so these are my old cards. I made these years ago. They're called the Cosmic Flower Oracle cards. So let's take a card for Virgo. Yellow tulips. So we have hopeless in love, fame, perfect, intimacy partner. And then perfection, and then declaration. So some of you might be actually receiving some kind of news from somebody. The declaration really stands out for me. Somebody might be coming through with feelings of love, or it really feels as though somebody's ruminating and now they're more free to be what their intentions are. And it's really one-track mind. I don't get bad energy from this devil at all. I don't get like this person's sinister in any way. I think they're obsessed maybe a little with you when they realize how they feel about you and how they care. Okay? So thank you for watching. Have a happy full moon. Go do my meditation in the description down below, and I'll be back with more content soon. Take care. Bye.